We spend a great deal of our lives listening to the volume of the world. We listen to the clamour of what we should want, the pressure of who we should be, the urgency of what we must fear or acquire next. There's a constant low-grade static that hums just beneath the surface of our days, and it's made up of other people's expectations and other people's anxieties. It's very easy to mistake that noise for the sound of our own voice. Spiritual discernment is the quiet, often painstaking act of turning down that volume. It's not about fortune-telling or finding a mystical sign in every cloud. It's much simpler than that, much harder than that. Discernment is the practice of listening for resonance instead of reaction. Reaction is what happens when the world pokes you and you flinch. Resonance is what happens deep in the chest when something aligns with the person you were before the world told you who to be. Being true to your spirit is not a grand one-time declaration. It is rarely a dramatic exit or a fiery speech on a mountaintop. More often, it's 1,000 tiny refusals. It's the moment you choose silence over a gossip that curdles your energy. It's the moment you admit you're tired instead of performing strength. It's the moment you walk away from a crowded room that requires you to shrink in order to fit inside. It's the decision to honour the pace of your own soul, even when the world is demanding you run. There's a kind of grief in this practice, because to be true to your spirit, you must inevitably disappoint the version of you that others have projected. You must allow their image of you to shatter so that your own image can finally be clear. And that shattering feels like a mistake in a world that prizes approval. But the only thing more expensive than the pain of letting people down is the soul debt accrued by letting yourself down. When we stop asking ourselves, what do they want me to do? And start asking, what deepens my sense of peace? The path becomes remarkably clear. The spirit speaks in a frequency lower than logic and higher than panic. It feels like an exhale after holding your breath for years. That's the signal. That is discernment. Not a map of the future, but a compass pointing towards who you already are. So trust the resonance. Trust the quiet yes that doesn't need to scream to be heard. The world will keep spinning with its noise, but you're not required to be dizzy. You're only required to be true.